Hi guys, it's David James from Business Growth Digital Marketing, and in today's video we are graced with a very talented SEO specialist, not from this side of the shores, no, not from the land down under. He's from the northern hemisphere, where the sun arguably is shining a bit brighter than where it is here in Australia now. I want to welcome the main SEO man, Omi Sido. Welcome, Omi.
Uh, Hi, James. Thank you for having me here today.
You're welcome. So, like, for people who don't know you, why don't you tell us a bit about yourself and who you are, all the way from the sunny UK?
Okay. Actually, it's raining today.
Oh dear.
But anyway, my name is Omi Sido, and currently I'm the senior tech SEO for Canon Europe. Apart of that, I'm based in the UK, but I do jobs for clients across the globe.
Yeah.
I've been doing SEO and digital marketing because, as you're going to hear later on, I don't separate them actually. I've been doing SEO and digital marketing for the last 5 or 6 years, and I'm coming from a development background. So most of the time, I will be doing technical SEO.
Man, that's really interesting because like myself, originally I was a techie SEO when I first got into the industry, and then I gradually migrated towards like content marketing. But something that I saw with a lot of people who got into the industry was they try to focus just on links or just on content, but they neglected the technical bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is never a good idea.
Yeah.
As you've probably seen on my YouTube channel,
Yeah.
I try and convince people that they should never separate SEO from digital marketing. And when it comes to SEO, they should never ever separate content from technical SEO.
Yeah,
I know
agree.
even on my LinkedIn profile, it does say technical SEO because literally this is my position at Canon
Yeah.
and other companies. But most of the time, I'll try and combine them both because I can give you many examples where I drastically increase the SEO value of a company through content or through technical SEO.
Yep.
And what I see recently, let me talk a little bit about technical SEO. What I see recently is that technical SEO is actually coming back.
Yes.
In the last, I've been talking about this recently a lot, that in the last 6 months, I've literally taken on 3 companies and increased their SEO with more than 60% by just doing technical SEO. So if anybody tells you SEO is dead, or technical SEO is dead, or technical SEO is not important anymore, concentrate on content, you shouldn't trust them. Recently, I've done a presentation at Brighton SEO.
Oh, nice.
One of the biggest SEO conferences here in Europe and definitely in the UK.
Yes.
And where I've been talking about technical SEO, website migrations. And while on the scene, somebody asked me a question and my answer was, yes, content is king, but every king needs a castle to live in. And this castle is basically the technical SEO.
And I like that analogy. Yeah, I've never thought of it in that way. Yeah, because
came out from nowhere.
Yeah, because one of the things I always encourage anybody who was working in my SEO team to do was to always learn how to build a website from scratch. So they had to know the hands-on workings of how to structure HTML, how to structure like the CSS.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
how it impacts the navigational structure before you go into the CMS. Before you go into like other systems. Like to really know how the engine works. Before you start to drive. Yeah.
David, when you think about it, we are called SEO. SEO means search engine optimization.
Yes.
Search engine optimization means we are optimizing for the search engines, or let's be a bit specific, for the Google bot, because we are all interested in Google, right? Mainly, especially here in the UK and Europe. So even in America, Bing, the Bing bot, whatever. So optimizing for the Google bot.
Yes.
The Google bot is not something imaginary. The Google bot is a program. This imaginary bot I just said it's not imaginary,
Yeah.
but let's call it a bot, because it's not a bot. People
Yes.
think like a small person crawling through the internet, indexing website.
Yes.
This is a program. This bot has to come to your website, has to understand the structure of your website. And
Yep.
we're already talking about technical.
Mm-hmm.
The Google bot will not index your website properly if the structure of your website is not good.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not going to go into details, I don't want to, overwhelm the people. But on the other side, there's no point having a good structure without good content.
Yep.
So you have to literally marry technical and content SEO together.
Yeah. Oh, look, you're spot on there. I was fortunate.
Absolutely.
I was fortunate to speak with Barry. Sorry, not Barry. With Bill Slawski from
Bill Slawski,
SEO.
yes.
SEO by the Sea.
I know him.
Yeah, we had a very, very interesting chat. And one of the things that he brought up in the conversation, he was talking about the use of knowledge graph and implementing that into SEO. But if you're not a technical SEO, you're not going to know how to execute that properly.
Exactly. The knowledge graph, structured data is one of the things.
Yes.
The biggest thing I actually see recently, and I've been talking a lot about it, and I just want to make people understand is
Yes.
server log analysis.
Yes.
This is something completely different than Google Analytics. This is the real world of the Google bot coming to your website.
Yeah.
Only through server log analysis you can actually understand what the Google bot does when it arrives on your website.
Yeah.
The way scrolling your pages, what pages are crawled, and why. And then if the Google bot can understand your website, then the next step is structured data.
Yes.
What's important?
Yeah.
What's the important part of your content? And this is exactly what Bill Slawski is always talking about.
Yeah. It's interesting that you brought up server log management because there's a lot of SEOs who don't really work on big sites. Like myself nowadays, I don't really work on large enterprise level sites. Every now and then there's the odd one that comes in, but I focus more on the niche specific sites. But then there's a lot of SEOs who are commissioned to work on the enterprise level sites, and they don't look into the server log analysis.
This is a big mistake. This is a big, massive mistake. I'll give you an example, and you're gonna understand.
Yep.
Recently, and I don't want you to think that this only applies to big websites.
Yes.
But recently, I've been working on a big website, 500,000 pages. Actually, it was more like 600,000. 500,000 pages.
Yeah.
So I started analyzing their website. I've analyzed their server logs, and I realized that 70,000 of their pages, can you hear the number? 70,000 of their pages don't have even one visit for a whole year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I just told them, guys, we have to remove them. And they were like, how do you know? Because what I realized that they've got 70,000 orphan pages on their website. The way to find them is by analyzing the server logs. There's no other way, unfortunately. If there was another way, I would say go into your Google Analytics or use DeepCrawl or whatever. No, there's no other way. The only way is to analyze your server logs. Yesterday I attended. The day before yesterday, I attended SEO roundtable where people from Amazon were present, Nissan, other big banks, big banks in the UK, and they all have the same problem. They don't analyze their server logs, and when I do the analysis and I present them to them, literally one guy said the other day, I think, Omi, that by showing me the server log analysis, I have to stop using Google Analytics. We went to that extreme.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because a lot of the conversations I've been having with other SEOs and digital marketers, it's really come back to data analysis. So like with what you've been saying, it's in terms of the server logs and how that impacts, especially enterprise level SEO, where there's like tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of sites where you might make a small change and then it has a drastic impact. Like I know I'm looking at it from some other perspectives, especially in terms of audience-driven SEO and making sure that I can get a stronger conversion and a stronger value proposition. My question is, how important do you think it is for people to understanding data to fuel their strategies?
Well, where to start? Literally, we don't have enough time.
Let's go.
I'll try to be as short as possible. Basically, if you think that you can do, I'll be very, very specific.
Yeah.
If you think that you can do SEO without data, whether it's technical or content, let's concentrate on content.
Yeah.
If you think that you can do content SEO without data, you're literally in the wrong job.
Yeah.
Everything nowadays is about data.
Yes.
If you don't understand how the customer is coming to your website, why the customer is coming to your website,
yes,
who is that it's coming to your website,
yes,
because it's not important even to know the number. You have to know the specifics.
yes,
telling me 3,000 people are coming to my website a day tells me nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Yes.
It tells me straight away that you do not know what you're doing in SEO.
Yes.
SEO is all about data. Or the way I normally put it in front of, let's call them the normal people.
Yeah.
The people.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, in my opinion, SEO is 50% math and 50% imagination, creativity.
Yep.
That's it.
Spot on. Yeah, look, that's exactly spot on.
Otherwise, I can talk about data for hours.
Yeah, well, actually,
just what Netflix is doing.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. We don't have enough time to talk about it. Just look at what Netflix is doing with data. They literally redefined the way we see TV.
Yep.
Other companies are doing the same thing online.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's what is needed.
Not many people connect Netflix to data. Sorry for interrupting you. Not many people connect even Netflix to data. But Netflix is all about data.
Yeah, but the same thing is happening on Spotify as well. Like I know I went on my Spotify playlist the other day, and it's almost like they are forecasting exactly what I want to either watch or see, before I even know, and then that's like really advanced.
And this is all about data. What I normally try to tell SEOs, especially junior SEOs,
yes,
I don't want to see, when I employ SEOs for my team,
yes,
I do not ever advertise technical or content SEO.
Yes.
I need digital marketers.
Yes.
People who understand technical, people who understand content,
yes,
and they can marry them together with data.
Yes.
That's all I need in my team all the time.
Yeah. So, just coming back to the data, we can do quite a lot of different SEO things, whether it's on the technical side or on the content side, leveraging social media, link outreach, digital PR, whatever it might be. So there's several ways to get data. From your experience, especially with working with more of the enterprise level sites, what type of data, apart from the server logs, do you find quite valuable, from the technical side of things?
A part of no, you confused me a little bit with the question.
Sorry. So what type of data, or even what type of data sources do you find valuable apart from the server logs that you mentioned?
Okay, I get it. Yeah. Well, I always tell people you must have as much data from as many sources as possible.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, it's very difficult to be like specific because for different websites, I'm gonna basically rely on different data.
Yes.
For some websites, just looking at their Google Analytics, it's enough.
To
be honest.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But you have to understand, you have to know Google Analytics, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And other websites gonna be completely different. They're gonna be more technical, more content,
Yes.
But the main thing is, because in the end of the day, you have to find a way to prove that what you're doing as an SEO, whether it's technical or content, can basically help your company achieve
Yes.
its business goals.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
So now you understand what I'm saying.
Yep.
I was talking about Google Analytics, but suddenly I'm talking about money. Suddenly
Yes.
I'm talking about marketing, but the old school marketing,
Yeah.
right? At the same time as
Yeah.
something very digital as Google Analytics. You literally have to learn how to adapt.
Yes.
You know, it looks like I always talk about technical only because I'm a technical SEO. My job is technical.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in general, I'll always try and explain to a particular business
Yeah.
that SEO is not it shouldn't work in a silo.
Yeah.
It
I
should
agree.
be part of the overall digital marketing strategy.
Yeah, and just to expand on that, I found that like even with people I hire in my teams, that it's really important to get them to understand like business models, the business proposition, and actually the entire sales process. Because I know when I started, because I started my SEO career more in depth in 2007, and back then it was very siloed. You know, you'd be a technical SEO, you'd be put into a back room somewhere, and then they'd see you in 9 months and expect you to get rankings. It's not really like that anymore. So
No,
yeah, like you do
unfortunately not.
yeah, you do find that you're changing hats quite a lot, and you're always adapting to different things. Yes.
Exactly. Adapting in SEO is very important, especially in a ever-changing, field. Everything is changing almost every day. Look now. Apple just released their HomePod or something like that, which is all about voice search, literally. So you can be a very good SEO, but if you don't understand the psychology of your customers,
yes,
you're literally going to be lost in the future.
Yeah.
And voice search is all about psychology, right?
Yeah.
It's not digital anymore.
Yeah.
We're coming back to the human nature.
Yeah.
Waking up, Alexa, or whoever,
Yeah.
what's the weather? Where can I buy this? Where can I do that?
Yes. Yeah. And actually,
it's not digital anymore.
Yeah.
This is me,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah. Well, it
So
leads.
going back to the data, back to, you have to adapt. You have
Yes.
to learn and understand what the business that you're working for or your branding
Yes.
needs. And then you're going to know what data you need.
Yes.
But in my experience, normally it's more than just technical and just Google Analytics or just PPC data.
Yes.
By the way, I use a lot of PPC data.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look,
I
whatever
know
data we can get our
you'll
hands
talk
on.
about it, but data coming from PPC is so important.
Oh.
Honestly, it's so important.
Oh, well, to be honest, like I get my sources of data from different campaigns. So I'll deliberately run a paid media campaign, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's on AdWords, in order to get that data. So I know exactly like who I'm going to target, who's taking exactly what action, what is it they're interested in. Yeah, because like otherwise it's guesswork. And even though I'd love to say that I'm a psychic, I know that I'm not. So
yeah, I get it. We're all the same, SEOs normally think that they know everything.
Yeah.
But the reality is that a lot of us are working in a silo. I see this across all markets, all businesses, all fields.
Yes.
The reality is a lot of us are working in a silo, and this has to change because the future it literally is SEO is literally expanding. 10 years ago when you started, it was all about H1 and meta descriptions. Now I'm talking about psychology, business acumen, and stuff like that. SEO is expanding. It's not this or that anymore.
Yeah. Look, I agree, and that leads on to my next question, which is the importance to keep on learning. Now, I've been fortunate in my career to, well, let's just say, climb the corporate ladder. I've worked at big companies. I've worked on big websites. I've run teams, but I feel like right now I have to learn more now than ever, because even though I've had all of that experience, there's just so much more I need to learn and to grasp, and I have to be more creative with the strategies. And I need to leverage the expertise of other people. Yeah, it's like
exactly.
Not there's just too much for one person to do. And I think maybe 10 years ago we could get away with it. I don't think it's possible to get away with it now.
No, not anymore. Not anymore, David. Literally, if you're not ready to continuously learn new stuff,
Yes.
then you're not, digital marketing is not for you,
Yeah.
basically. You have to be ready to put in the work, to, late nights and stuff like that.
Yes.
You have to be ready to do that. Otherwise, you will never succeed in SEO or digital marketing,
Yeah.
And let's be honest, the future is digital marketing.
Yes.
I can't really see anything else out there,
Yeah.
to be honest with you.
What, like, with your experience, because you've got quite a vast experience and you've got a lot of accolades and success under your belt, but you still find that you have to continually learn, and there's always things that you don't know. Yeah.
I learn absolutely every single day, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
People think, oh, Omi, you're already old, up there, you know everything. Honestly, I don't know that much, because it's even not how much you know, but how you use it, to be honest with you, in SEO.
Yeah.
As I said earlier, it's 50% math, and the other one is all about creativity.
Yes.
It's so literally, it's not how much you know, it's how you use it. If you use it right, you're gonna succeed.
Yeah.
But to use it right, you have to have a lot of knowledge.
Yes.
You have to go up there so you can go down here. It's unreal to think that you're gonna be here and you're gonna be able to go up. And this is what I see with a lot of junior SEOs.
Yes.
They'll concentrate on something small, and now they think, oh, I'm a big SEO. Don't tell me what to do. The next job, they go to a different platform or complete different business, and then fail. First, they think they know everything, and second, they're not ready to learn and improve.
Yes.
It's never gonna work with digital marketing.
Never. You have to keep on learning and improving, and I'm finding now that you have to be really creative with your strategies or your tactics.
Exactly.
Like even
open mind.
Yeah.
You have to have an open mind in SEO. You should never think that you know everything and that you're right.
Yes.
Data will tell you if you're right or wrong. Don't ever assume. Of course, I always push people. I literally push people to experiment. But only data can tell you if you're right or wrong. Let me just give you a quick example, because it just came to mind now. Last year, I was working for Daily Mail.
Yes.
As you know, this is the most visited website in the whole newspaper website in the whole world.
Yes.
Literally in the whole world. So basically, while working for Daily Mail, it's a newspaper website, and people coming to me. Literally, I'll go to a conference, and they'll say, Omi, you're a technical SEO, but you still got the keywords meta tag there on your website. And I'll be like, yes, a lot of people think it's not important anymore. But if you're in the news business, this is one of the most important attributes on the page. So people are saying keywords, they're not important anymore. No, this is not true. When it comes to newspapers, the Google bot has to be able to quickly come to your website and quickly, very, very, the matter of seconds, milliseconds, understand what the page is about and display it in the news box, So not having the keywords is so wrong, But people who are just reading some blogs online and this and that, and they're like, oh, this is what do you call it? It's attribute that's not needed anymore on the page.
That's another argument in itself. But we won't go down that road today.
Yes, basically, for any other industry, this is probably true. But when it comes to newspapers, it has to be there. So if you go to any of the big newspapers, Telegraph, whatever is big in Australia, Daily Mail, it's always there.
So
they are there, and they should be. They have to be there. This is a Google requirement when it comes to news. There you go. You think you know everything, but suddenly, boom.
Well, look, that's it. Like experimentation, doesn't lie. The data doesn't lie, and it's all about trying to find what works. Now, it's obvious that you're very skilled at what you do, but I think one of the big challenges that like SEOs, like even if SEOs are really good at working on their own sites, they often have challenges trying to implement their creativity or what they know into a scalable context. So like you've done it successfully by working on big sites like the Daily Mail, uh, the Daily Mail and on Canon, and probably some other big sites as well.
Oh
You've
yeah,
been able to do it,
definitely.
yeah, yeah. Like you've been able to execute a scalable process, which is what a lot of people can't do. Can you just either give some advice or just share some thoughts for
Yeah,
people
definitely.
for taking
So
that approach? Yeah.
the first thing, and this is what I always come tell when I see people are about to change a job, you
Yes.
have to bring everybody on board.
Yes.
What I will do every time with a new client or my day-to-day job, on the first day, let's say not day, but on the first week, I'll literally gather everybody together,
Yes.
and I'll do a big, massive presentation where I'll give them my whole understanding of what SEO and digital marketing
Yes.
are. If it's unreal anymore to think that as your SEO department or your digital marketing department can work in a silo.
Yes.
It's just unreal.
Yes.
This will never happen, especially if there's a big enterprise.
Yes.
So literally, I'll try and bring everybody on board. And I'll literally try and it's normal. I'll teach people what SEO is, but
Yes.
I'll teach people from a very low level to big bosses,
Yes.
big
Yeah.
company.
Yeah.
Because what I see across all markets and countries, is that if the big boss, the guy who is paying the money,
Yes.
doesn't know what digital marketing is,
Yeah.
I can give you many tactics and ideas. They're not gonna work.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because SEO is always a long-term game.
Yeah.
And the return on investment is not always very visible.
Yeah.
People literally have to invest a lot of time and money, but the results are not always very visible.
Yes.
So to have a scalable, solution,
Yes.
everybody has to be on board.
Yes. Yeah. I
Literally
agree.
everybody,
Yeah.
from the big boss to the cleaner.
Yeah. Yeah. Like we're laughing, but it is true in a lot of cases. Yeah.
It is true. It
Yeah.
is true. Whatever tactics you try to apply, they're not going to work if the guy who is paying the money is
Yeah.
not ready to invest. And
Yeah.
for a good digital marketing, you have to invest. You have to invest a lot of money, and time, effort, manpower.
Yeah, yeah. Look, I find exactly the same thing, regardless of whatever the size of the client is. Somebody who
Yeah,
might
size
spend.
not even important in that matter.
Yeah,
Size not important. Whether
yeah,
the company is 2 or 20 or 200 or 2,000, doesn't matter.
yeah,
Everybody has to be on board.
yeah, yeah. Exactly. So I like that's another skill that like SEOs need to learn, which often isn't in the job description. But
Yeah,
yeah, but it's.
negotiating.
I like your choice of words. Yeah, yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, it's more like convincing, to be honest with you, but let's call it negotiating.
Yeah, yeah, I like negotiating. So look, Omi, I want to thank you for being on the show today. Can you
Thank you for
just,
having me here
yeah,
today.
yeah, can you just let everybody know like where they can find you and where they can follow you?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, like you probably know,
Yeah,
YouTube, Omi Sido. YouTube/Omi Sido. I think this is the best place to find me, as I'm quite active.
hmm
Apart of that, just Google my name.
yeah, yeah. You'll find him in knowledge
Please.
graph. You'll find him in knowledge graph.
Yeah, just Google Omi Sido.
Oh,
Yeah, apart of that, no, literally Twitter and again, Twitter/Omi Sido or YouTube Omi Sido.
awesome, fantastic. Look, again, I want to thank you for coming on. It's been a pleasure. It's been really, really insightful, and especially with the
Thank
server
you.
logs. I think a lot of SEOs I know in the industry, they don't really delve into technical SEO that deeply. So yeah, there's a lot of food for thought, and yeah, it'll be great to see some of the more amazing things that you're doing in the future. So follow him on YouTube and on his social media channel, guys. Thanks again.
Thank you, David. Bye, guys.